A nation's shield. India's multi-layered defense framework. India's defense system is a vast and intricate structure. It is designed to protect the nation's sovereignty and territorial integrity. This system operates across multiple layers, ensuring comprehensive security. It faces a complex regional security environment. This environment is marked by unresolved border disputes and cross-border threats. Therefore, a robust defense posture is not merely an option for India. It is an absolute necessity. The nation's approach is dynamic, constantly evolving to counter emerging challenges effectively and safeguard its diverse interests across land, air, and sea. This requires continuous assessment and adaptation of its security doctrines and capabilities. The structure of India's defense is multifaceted. It encompasses conventional military forces, strategic deterrent capabilities, and specialized agencies. These elements work in concert to provide a credible defense. The primary aim is to deter aggression. If deterrence fails, the aim shifts to decisively defeat any threats. This comprehensive framework also includes research and development bodies. Manufacturing units, both public and private, play a vital role. Intelligence agencies provide critical inputs. Border guarding forces secure the nation's extensive frontiers. Each component is integral to the overall security architecture of the country. The geopolitical realities of the 21st century demand a defense system that is both strong and agile. India is located in a strategically significant but volatile region. It must maintain a high level of preparedness. The country's growing economic stature and global aspirations also necessitate a capable defense force. This force must be able to protect India's expanding interests. These interests include vital sea lanes of communication and overseas assets. The defense system, therefore, serves not only as a shield, but also as an enabler of India's rise on the world stage, projecting stability and power. Understanding India's defense system requires an appreciation of its historical context. It also needs an understanding of its current operational imperatives. The system has evolved significantly since independence. It has adapted to changing threats and technological advancements. Today it is focused on modernization and indigenisation. These efforts aim to enhance self-reliance in defense production. The goal is to build a future-ready force. This force must be capable of meeting diverse challenges. These challenges range from conventional warfare to asymmetric threats and conflicts in newer domains like cyber and space. The commitment to a strong defense is unwavering. The guardians of India Army, Navy, Air Force and Coast Guard. The Indian Army forms the backbone of the nation's land-based defense. It is one of the largest standing armies in the world. Its primary responsibility is to safeguard India's extensive land borders. The Army is also tasked with maintaining internal security and countering insurgency. It operates in diverse and challenging terrains. These range from the high Himalayas to the deserts of Rajasthan and the dense jungles of the northeast. The soldiers of the Indian Army are renowned for their valor and professionalism. They undergo rigorous training to meet the myriad security challenges facing the nation. Their dedication ensures the sanctity of India's frontiers. The Indian Navy is the guardian of India's maritime interests. It has a vast coastline and numerous island territories to protect. The Navy plays a crucial role in ensuring the security of vital sea lanes of communication. These sea lanes are critical for India's trade and energy supplies. With ambitions of becoming a blue water navy, the Indian Navy is increasingly focusing on power projection capabilities. It operates a modern fleet of aircraft carriers, destroyers, frigates, submarines and aircraft. The Navy actively participates in international maritime cooperation efforts. This contributes to regional stability and security in the Indian Ocean region, a space of critical importance. The Indian Air Force, IAF, is responsible for securing India's airspace. It provides air defense against hostile intrusions. The IAF also possesses significant offensive capabilities. It can strike deep into enemy territory if required. The force operates a diverse inventory of fighter aircraft, transport planes, helicopters and unmanned aerial vehicles. Modernization is a key focus for the IAF. It is inducting advanced platforms like the Rafale fighters and developing its own indigenous aircraft like the Techas. The IAF's capabilities are vital for achieving air superiority and supporting land and naval operations effectively. Its reach and precision are critical components of India's deterrent posture. The Indian Coast Guard, ICG, plays a distinct but crucial role. It is responsible for ensuring the security of India's coastal areas. The ICG enforces maritime laws in India's territorial waters and exclusive economic zone. Its tasks include anti-smuggling operations, anti-piracy missions, and search and rescue efforts. The Coast Guard works closely with the Indian Navy and other maritime agencies. This collaboration ensures a coordinated approach to coastal security. In an era of increasing maritime challenges, from illegal fishing to seaborne terrorism, the ICG's role has become even more significant. It acts as the first line of defense along India's extensive coastline, protecting national interests. Strategic deterrence, the role of the Strategic Forces Command. The Strategic Forces Command, SFC, is a critical component of India's defense architecture. It was formally established in 2003. The SFC is responsible for the management and administration of the country's nuclear arsenal. This command exercises operational control over all of India's nuclear weapons, their delivery systems, and associated infrastructure. Its creation marked a significant step in formalizing India's nuclear command and control structure. The SFC ensures the credibility and effectiveness of India's nuclear deterrent. This is vital for maintaining strategic stability in a complex regional environment. The command operates under the Nuclear Command Authority, headed by the Prime Minister. India's nuclear doctrine is based on the principles of no first use, NFU, and credible minimum deterrence. The NFU policy means that India will not be the first to initiate a nuclear strike. However, it will respond with massive retaliation if attacked with nuclear weapons. The concept of credible minimum deterrence implies maintaining a sufficient nuclear arsenal. This arsenal must be able to survive a first strike. It must also be capable of inflicting unacceptable damage on an adversary. The SFC is tasked with ensuring that this deterrent capability remains robust and believable. This policy underscores India's commitment to restraint while safeguarding its security. The operationalization of the SFC has enhanced India's strategic autonomy. It provides a dedicated command structure for nuclear forces. This ensures that these highly sensitive assets are handled with utmost responsibility and security. The SFC is a tri-service command. It draws personnel from the Army, Navy, and Air Force. This integrated approach is essential for effective planning and execution of nuclear operations should the need ever arise. The command is responsible for the readiness and deployment of various missile systems. These systems include the Agni and Prithvi series of ballistic missiles, which form the mainstay of India's land-based nuclear delivery capability. The existence of a credible nuclear deterrent managed by the SFC has profound implications for India's national security. It deters nuclear blackmail and aggression from potential adversaries. This contributes significantly to regional peace and stability, albeit a peace built on deterrence. The SFC continuously works to upgrade its capabilities. This includes enhancing the survivability, reliability, and precision of its delivery systems. The focus remains on maintaining a deterrent that is not only credible, but also resilient to emerging threats and technological advancements. This ensures that India's strategic posture remains effective in the face of evolving security challenges in the global arena. Innovation for Security, the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. The Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, is India's premier agency for military research and development. Established in 1958, its primary mission is to achieve self-reliance in critical defense technologies. DRDO works towards designing, developing, and leading to the production of state-of-the-art weapons systems. It also focuses on equipment required by the Indian Armed Forces. The organization has a vast network of laboratories. These laboratories are spread across the country. Each specializes in different areas of defense technology. These areas include aeronautics, armaments, electronics, combat vehicles, missiles and naval systems, aiming for comprehensive indigenous solutions. DRDO has made significant contributions to India's defense capabilities over the decades. It has developed a wide range of strategic and tactical missile systems. Notable examples include the Agni series of intercontinental ballistic missiles and the Prithvi series of tactical missiles. The Akash surface-to-air missile SAM system is another major success, providing air defense capabilities. DRDO has also been instrumental in developing the main battle tank Arjun and the light combat aircraft Tejas. Furthermore, its work on radar systems, electronic warfare suites and sonar systems has enhanced the operational effectiveness of the armed forces considerably. These achievements underscore DRDO's vital role in national security. Key systems like the Akash SAM, the medium-range surface-to-air missile (MSAR-SAM), developed jointly with Israel, and advanced DRDO anti-drone systems highlight its ongoing efforts. The Akash system provides area defense against aerial targets. The MR-SAM offers enhanced range and interception capabilities for the Army, Navy and Air Force. In response to emerging threats from unmanned aerial vehicles, DRDO has developed sophisticated anti-drone systems. These systems can detect, track and neutralize hostile drones, protecting vital installations. Such innovations are crucial for maintaining a technological edge and addressing contemporary security challenges effectively. Despite its successes, DRDO faces challenges. These include time and cost overruns in some projects. There is also a continuous need to bridge the gap between development and timely productionization. The organization is actively working to overcome these hurdles. It is fostering closer collaboration with the armed forces, industry and academia. The focus is on streamlining processes and encouraging innovation. DRDO's future direction involves concentrating on cutting-edge technologies. These include artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and hypersonic systems. These efforts are crucial for India to achieve true self-reliance in defense and to meet future warfare requirements. Section 5. Building Self-Reliance, DPSUs, OFB, and the Rise of Private Sector Participation. Defense, Public Sector Undertakings, or DPSUs, and the Ordnance Factory Board, known as OFB, have historically formed the backbone of India's defense manufacturing. For many decades, these entities were the primary suppliers of arms, ammunition, and equipment to the Indian Armed Forces. DPSUs like Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Bharat Electronics Limited, and Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited have developed significant manufacturing capabilities. They have produced aircraft, ships, electronic systems, and more. The OFB, now corporatized into several DPSUs, was responsible for a wide array of ordnance, from small arms to artillery guns. Their contribution to building an indigenous defense industrial base has been substantial. However, the performance of these public sector entities has often faced scrutiny. Issues such as lack of efficiency, delays in project execution, and outdated technologies have been points of concern. There has been a growing realization that relying solely on the public sector is insufficient to meet India's diverse and modern defense needs. Modernization of these DPSUs and erstwhile OFB units is a continuous process. The government is pushing for greater accountability and improved performance. The aim is to make them more competitive and responsive to the requirements of the armed forces in a rapidly evolving technological landscape. This involves structural reforms and infusion of new management practices. Recognizing the need for a broader industrial base, the Indian government has actively encouraged private sector participation in defense manufacturing. Policy reforms under initiatives like Make in India have aimed to create a level playing field. These reforms simplify licensing processes and promote indigenous design, development and manufacturing. The private sector brings innovation, agility and access to niche technologies. Several private companies have now emerged as significant players. They are contributing to areas like aerospace components, armored vehicles, surveillance systems and shipbuilding. This shift is crucial for enhancing competition and overall industrial capability. The synergy between public and private sectors is seen as the way forward. Public-private partnerships, or PPPs, can leverage the strengths of both. DPSUs can offer their extensive infrastructure and experience. Private companies can bring in technological expertise and efficient manufacturing practices. This collaborative approach is expected to accelerate indigenization. It will also reduce India's dependence on defense imports. The development of defense industrial corridors is another step in this direction. These corridors aim to create an ecosystem of defense manufacturing. This ecosystem will involve MSMEs, large private companies, and DPSUs working together to build a robust national defense industry. Section 6. The Unseen Sentinels, India's intelligence network. Effective intelligence gathering and analysis are paramount for India's national security. The country possesses a complex network of intelligence agencies. These agencies operate both domestically and internationally. Their primary task is to provide timely and actionable intelligence to policymakers and security forces. This intelligence helps in anticipating threats, formulating responses, and protecting national interests. In a region marked by geopolitical complexities and persistent security challenges, the role of these agencies is exceptionally critical. They are the unseen guardians, working silently to safeguard the nation from a multitude of overt and covert threats that constantly evolve. Key intelligence agencies include the Research and Analysis Wing, or R&AW, and the Intelligence Bureau, known as the IB. R&AW is India's external intelligence agency. It is responsible for gathering foreign intelligence, counter-proliferation efforts, and conducting covert operations when necessary. The IB is the primary internal intelligence agency. It focuses on counterintelligence, counter-terrorism within India, and monitoring domestic threats. Other important bodies include the Defence Intelligence Agency, or DIA, which coordinates intelligence for the armed forces, and the National Technical Research Organisation, or NTRO, which deals with technical intelligence. Each agency has a specialized mandate, contributing to a comprehensive intelligence picture for decision-makers. The importance of these agencies cannot be overstated. They play a vital role in preventing terrorist attacks. They help in understanding the strategic intentions of potential adversaries. They also contribute to securing India's borders and economic assets. The intelligence they gather informs foreign policy decisions and defense planning. The nature of their work is often clandestine. Successes are rarely publicized, while failures can have significant consequences. The personnel of these agencies operate under challenging conditions. They often face considerable risks to provide the crucial information that protects the nation and its citizens daily. The modern intelligence landscape is constantly evolving. New challenges arise from cyber espionage, information warfare, and the use of advanced technologies by non-state actors. India's intelligence agencies are continuously adapting to these changes. They are enhancing their technological capabilities. They are also improving interagency coordination and human intelligence networks. The focus is on developing predictive intelligence. This means not just reacting to events, but anticipating them. Strengthening the intelligence apparatus is an ongoing priority for the Indian government. This ensures that the nation remains vigilant and prepared to counter any emerging threat to its security and stability. Section 7. Vigilance on the frontiers, the border guarding forces. India shares long and complex land borders with several neighboring countries. Securing these frontiers is a formidable task. This responsibility falls primarily on specialized border guarding forces, or BGFs. These forces operate under the Ministry of Home Affairs. They are distinct from the Indian Army, though they often work in close coordination with it, especially in sensitive areas. Each BGF is typically responsible for a specific border tailored to the unique challenges of that region. Their presence is crucial for maintaining the territorial integrity of the nation. They also play a key role in preventing trans-border crimes. The main border guarding forces include the Border Security Force, or BSF, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police, or ITBP, and the Sashastra Seema Bal, or SSB. The BSF is primarily deployed along the borders with Pakistan and Bangladesh. It is tasked with preventing infiltration, smuggling, and other illegal activities. The ITBP guards the high-altitude Indo-Tibetan border with China. This involves operating in extremely harsh mountainous terrain and weather conditions. The SSB is responsible for the borders with Nepal and Bhutan, which are open borders requiring a different approach to security management. Additionally, the Assam Rifles, under the operational control of the Army, guards the Indo-Myanmar border and assists in counterinsurgency operations in the northeast. These forces face a multitude of challenges. The terrain along India's borders varies dramatically. It ranges from deserts and plains to dense forests and snow-clad mountains. This makes patrolling and surveillance extremely difficult. Infiltration by terrorists, illegal migration, smuggling of narcotics and arms, and human trafficking are persistent problems. Border disputes and undemarcated sections of the border in some areas add to the complexity of their task. The personnel of these forces display immense resilience and dedication. They often work in isolated locations for extended periods, ensuring round-the-clock vigilance to protect the nation's territorial sanctity. The role of border guarding forces extends beyond just preventing illegal crossings. They are often the first point of contact for local populations in border areas. They contribute to instilling a sense of security among these communities. They also assist in implementing developmental schemes in remote regions. Modernization of the BGFs is a key priority. This includes equipping them with advanced surveillance technology like thermal imagers, ground sensors and drones. Better infrastructure, such as border fencing and roads, is also being developed. These efforts aim to enhance their operational capabilities and ensure that India's frontiers remain secure against all forms of threats. Section 8, the new battlegrounds, cyber warfare and space command. The nature of warfare is rapidly evolving. Cyber warfare has emerged as a significant threat and a new domain of conflict. Hostile state and non-state actors can target a nation's critical infrastructure. This includes power grids, financial systems, communication networks, and defense installations. Such attacks can cause widespread disruption and damage. India has recognized the growing importance of cybersecurity. It is taking steps to build robust capabilities to defend its cyberspace. This involves both defensive measures to protect national assets and offensive capabilities to deter potential adversaries from launching cyber attacks against Indian interests. To address these challenges, India has established the Defence Cyber Agency, or DCA. The DCA is a tri-service command. It is responsible for handling cybersecurity threats to the armed forces. Its mandate includes developing cyber warfare doctrines, training personnel, and coordinating cyber operations. The agency works towards enhancing the resilience of military networks. It also aims to build capabilities for cyber intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. Protecting critical information infrastructure is a national priority. This requires a collaborative effort between government agencies, the private sector, and research institutions to create a secure cyber ecosystem for the entire country. Space is another domain that is increasingly critical for national security. Modern military operations rely heavily on space-based assets. These assets are used for communication, navigation, surveillance, and intelligence gathering. India has made significant strides in its space program, primarily driven by the Indian Space Research Organisation, or ISRO. Recognizing the military applications of space technology, India is now focusing on developing its space defense capabilities. This includes protecting its own space assets and potentially denying adversaries the use of their space resources during a conflict. The utilization of space for defense is becoming indispensable. The establishment of the Defence Space Agency, or DSA, underscores India's commitment to this domain. The DSA is tasked with developing space warfare capabilities and coordinating the space-related activities of the armed forces. This includes operating military satellites for surveillance and communication. It also involves developing capabilities like anti-satellite or ASAT weapons, as demonstrated by Mission Shakti in 2019. The future of warfare will see an even greater integration of space capabilities. India's efforts in this domain are aimed at ensuring its security interests are protected. It also seeks to maintain a credible deterrent in this increasingly contested and vital frontier of modern conflict. Section 9. Forging a secure future, indigenisation, modernisation and national resolve. The drive for indigenisation and modernisation is central to India's defence preparedness strategy. Indigenisation refers to the development and production of defence equipment within the country. Modernisation involves upgrading existing systems and acquiring new technologies to maintain a qualitative edge. Both are crucial for enhancing India's strategic autonomy. They reduce dependence on foreign suppliers, which can be unreliable during geopolitical crises. A strong indigenous defense industrial base also contributes to economic growth. It creates jobs and fosters technological innovation across various sectors of the national economy. This pursuit is a long-term national commitment. The government of India has launched several initiatives to promote indigenisation. The Make in India program in defence is a flagship scheme. It encourages domestic manufacturing by both public and private sector companies. Defence procurement procedure reforms aim to simplify acquisition processes. They prioritise locally designed, developed and manufactured, or IDDM equipment. The creation of defence industrial corridors in states like Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu seeks to build robust ecosystems for defence production. The import of certain defence items has also been progressively banned. This encourages domestic industry to step up and meet the requirements of the armed forces. Modernisation is an ongoing imperative. The Indian Armed Forces need to be equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry and platforms. This is necessary to counter evolving threats and maintain technological parity, if not superiority, with potential adversaries. This involves the acquisition of advanced systems like the S-400 Triumph air defense system from Russia. It also includes the induction of Rafale fighter jets and the development of next-generation indigenous platforms. Systems like the Akash SAM, Mr. SAM, and DRDO's anti-drone systems exemplify the synergy between modernization and indigenization efforts when successfully implemented. The focus is on network-centric warfare capabilities and jointness among the services. Ultimately, a strong and self-reliant defense capability is vital for India's national security and its aspirations on the global stage. The multi-layered defense structure, encompassing the armed forces, strategic command, research bodies, industrial base, intelligence agencies and border forces, works in synergy. The push towards indigenization and modernization, coupled with a focus on emerging domains like cyber and space, reflects a national resolve. This resolve is to build a defense ecosystem that is resilient, technologically advanced, and capable of safeguarding India's sovereignty and interests in an increasingly complex world. The path is challenging, but the commitment to a secure and strong India remains unwavering.